Alright, we're going to tackle number 10C here. This is the information they give you on the question there, points A and B, and that the center of the circle lies on the line y equals x plus 1, which I've drawn for you here on the left. You can work this out, unfortunately, just by kind of looking at it and eyeballing it. The problem is it's not always going to work out that nicely, so we need to be able to do this mathematically as well. And to do that, we're going to use the property of a circle, which says that the points on the circle are equidistant from the center. In other words, A is equidistant from C compared to B. In other words, A and B are both the same distance from the center of the circle. We're calling the center of the circle C here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the distance formula for each of those and then make them equal each other, because we don't actually know how far away they are. Let's pretend we don't know what that is. We are going to call the coordinates of C just x and y. So there's a point C along that line such that x and y are the coordinates, so that it's equidistant from A and B. But we can use this to eliminate one of those variables. In other words, I can write that C is going to be x and x plus 1, because y is equal to x plus 1, and go from there. So let's set up that first distance formula then. We're going to look at the distance between A and C. So the distance formula between A and C is equal to the square root of, okay, so there's my x coordinate, 2 minus x all squared, that's easy enough, plus 2 minus, and then here's my y coordinate, x plus 1 all squared. Okay, do a little bit of simplifying in this bracket here. That's just going to distribute that negative sign inside the bracket there. So again, the distance between A and C is going to be the square root of 2 minus x all squared plus, and then 2 minus 1 is 1 minus x squared. Maybe have a look at that, pause it, go back over it, see how I got that there. I'm going to leave it there for now, and now I'm going to look at the distance between B and C, which is going to have the same value but a different formula, which is what's going to allow us to find out the value of x. Okay, so the distance between B and C, same deal, only this time we have to use these coordinates here. So there's my x coordinate, 5 minus x all squared plus 3 minus, again not y, I'm going to write x plus 1 instead, all squared. Okay, and then again I can simplify the inside of those brackets there, so I get the distance from B to C is equal to the square root of 5 minus x all squared plus 3 minus 1 is 2, and then minus x squared, like that. Okay, so I just simplified those brackets there, and I know that this and this are both equal to the same thing. And therefore, I'm just going to make those equations equal each other, which will allow me to solve for x. Once I get x, I can plug it in right here to find out what y is going to be. Okay, really important you know how to do these kinds of skills, because this is going to come up again in later sections of this chapter, so you may as well learn to do it. You can't just eyeball it. So here we go. On the next video, I'm going to solve these two equations here to find the value of x.